Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a series of videos, and what it's going to be is things like how to install a zipper, how to put a snap on, how to make buttonholes and buttons, things like that. It's things I do throughout some of my previous and future videos, but rather than you trying to remember what video that might have been in, if you wanted to refer back to it, this will be a little short video instead that you can just jump over to and quickly get a refresher. So today I thought we would just start with zippers. I found just a little zipper that is in my stash, and this is the least used zipper I own, so I thought it'd be good for an example. I picked up some scrap material. We'll be using that as well, and that little piece as well. And when you get your sewing machine, it's going to come with a lot of feet, usually 5 or 6. And I've had Singer and Brother and one called a denim machine. They all came with very similar feet. The feet are the little things that push down on your material as you are, sewing it under. I just wanted to show you the foot, and then this is the little holder for it. So the little holder has a little groove right here that snaps down on all of the feet. They have this bar here, and it just snaps right on. And then to release it, there's a little button in the back. So this one came with this type of zipper foot, and basically, let me get my little thing. Okay. Basically, you can see a bar with 2 notches. So that's if you're sewing the right side or the left side of the zipper. And it's cut in so that you have some room over here for the zipper teeth, right? This one came with this machine, and so I would use the holder as with all of the feet that came with this machine. You can purchase other feet on the market, and some of them are built-in holders with feet, which is what I have a few just to show you. So I like this little foot here. I use it quite often. Look how narrow it is. So you could get really close, for example, to a zipper. And it already has its little holder here. And then these are new. They just came in this week. So this one, if you look at the bottom of it, has that little notch over there. This is, I found when I was playing around with it, that it's best if the zipper's open. But that little notch is going to sit right there against the top of the zipper. So when you are sewing it, it's going to run really smooth. And then it also has the little indentation where you know that's the needle. This is sitting on top of the zipper. Your needle is right over here, very close. Doesn't have to be a zipper. This is just an example. Maybe it would be you're getting close to some top stitching, for example. This is a set of feet. It's a right and a left, and it also has the holder or the shank. And as you can see on the bottom here, I'll kind of give you some different angles because I'm not sure which is going to show you the best. But this one sits lower. It's going to be sitting flat on the machine. This is raised up a little, and it's going to ride right along the zipper teeth. These types of feet, no matter which one you have, is going to be best for zippers because some of your feet are going to be really wide feet. And depending on, now this particular machine of mine, my needle will move left to right. But if you're trying to get in really, really close, then this is not going to be your best friend because it's going to slide off of the zipper teeth back onto the fabric very easily. So just pick out, what you would have as a zipper foot. If you're not sure, just check your owner's manual. It's going to show you everything that came with your machine, including a list of the feet. And they will all be either numbered or they'll have a letter on it. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but this has the letter E on it. So again, once you get this on here, which you'll probably rarely take that off, you'll just be taking the feet on and off. Oh, I'm not going to put this on just yet. I'm going to go back to my regular foot and let that down till it snaps. And it's on. And I want to make a zipper tab. There's a lot of people on YouTube that make zipper tabs. So this is just the way I do it. There's no right or wrong. You just find what works for you. I'm just taking a scrap of material. I'm just going to run a quick little line here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, and then I want to turn this over. And that's so it's right side folded over onto itself. And then if you're not sure of the zipper size, just grab a ruler and edge to edge, you'll see this zipper is 1 inch. If you ever wondered if you wanted a machine that trimmed your threads for you, it's fine, but you still have to trim threads. It cuts them off at about maybe a 1/2 inch. So you'll still want to get in there and clean it up. It's not a big deal when it boasts that it thread trims for you. So what I'm going to want to do now, I have my first seam in for the tab, and I'm going to grab my ruler. Now I'm going to come over just a little bit further than 1 inch when I'm marking it, because I've added bulk with 2 seams, so I need to make it just a little bit larger than 1 inch, not much. If you're like me and your needle moves left to right, just kind of look underneath there where you made your mark and make sure your needle's coming down on it. I'll show you real quick. Look, when it trims your thread, you still have that much on there. Alright, so I've got that seam sewn, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And now I just want to turn this. And this is where I said I've added thickness now. So when you turn it, any thickness is going to shrink it just a little bit. And just use something to turn that with. You can also just use the end of your scissors, just being careful, and just poke those corners out. And of course you would be matching thread, that would be orange. So now this will just slide right over the end of your zipper. In an instance you might need this, your patterns will tell you if you need a tab or not, but just to give you an example, you know how sometimes you buy a purse and the zipper hangs over the edge of the purse, it's longer, and there's usually either a little metal clip here that covers that part of the zipper, or it may have a tab like this on it, so that you're not looking at, you know, these ends of the zipper. So that's just an example. But see, by making that just a little bit bigger, now it actually fits just right. And so what I would do is just line my needle right back up with the line I've already made. attach my tab. And once you get into bag making and you make your own patterns, you'll determine if you want to add a tab or just, you know, enclose your zipper on each end with the project you're working on. But I just wanted to show you how I make the tabs. There are different ways. You can see other YouTube videos where they do it completely different. I've done them that way as well, but I just like this method. Now we're going to take a couple of pieces of fabric and install the zipper. So let's assume this is the right side of the fabric since mine is the same. You're going to lay your zipper down, right side to right side. Match up your edges. If you want to clip it on, you can use clips. You can also just pin it. If you don't have clips and you have pins, then just use your pins. It doesn't matter which one. Now is when you do want to change that foot. So remember that little lever on the back will drop the foot right off for you. And then I'll grab my zipper foot. Just slide it underneath. Now I'm going to remember my zipper foot. This particular one has two areas depending on if you're going right or left. I want it on this side. And I'm going to line that bar up under there and drop the foot down. And you hear it snap. Now you pull your zipper over. So basically the edge of my paddle I haven't lined up right here with the edge of the material in the zipper. And I'll go ahead and I have and your machine may have this too. There's a needle up and down that you can also use. But I want to back stitch a couple of stitches and then start sewing forward. Okay, and I'm going to stop, take my pin out, and we're going to sew up to about right here. And stop, leave the needle down, and lift it up. And I want to unzip my zipper, because when you get near this bulky part, you'll get a curve if you don't unzip it, because it can't keep running straight. It'll jump over on you. So just unzip the zipper. Drop it back down. And just finish our straight seam. Oop. Okay. Let me zip that back up. So you can see it's nice and straight, nice and clean. Now what we want to do is top stitch that down. We do that. Have you ever had something where this was just loose and when you went to unzip, the material got hung in the zipper? So that's why you like to top stitch it down so that won't happen. So now I can either come to this side and move the foot over here, or I can just come to this end and start at this end. Now if I'm going to do that, I need to unzip it a little bit. Now you can just continue with your straight line. The whole time I'm doing this, this is right against my zipper teeth so I can see that I'm going straight. So you can see it. Now what we want to do is grab the other piece of fabric, and we're basically just repeating that. Now on this one I'm going to start at this end. So I want to come come in here and unzip my zipper. Oh, one other thing I did want to tell you about, especially if you're just starting out, that might interest you. There is a very thin double-sided tape that people in sewing use for their zippers. And basically, I don't have any, but it's very narrow. So you could put it at the edge of your zipper and you would run that tape all the way up through here. And then you would lay your fabric down on it and push it down. And then you don't have to worry about pinning or using clips or anything like that. So as a beginner, that may be great for you. All right, and then we just get lined up here. And I'm watching over here the whole time. And I want to go ahead and zip the zipper back up now. You open it up. And we're going to jump right back in here and do our top stitching. One other thing I would mention is when you're getting ready to top stitch, you want to make sure that your zipper's laying flat. Okay, we want to stop. Now you can kind of see the difference with having a tab down here versus just coming up to an end.